Russia just deployed 14 nuclear submarines to the Arctic. The US Navy's response? We're not ready. For 80 years, the US Navy has dominated every ocean. 11 aircraft carriers, 68 submarines, 92 destroyers and cruisers. The most powerful naval force in human history. But Russia just found the one weakness. Here's what the US Navy fields in 22,006. Submarine fleet, 50 Los Angeles-class attack subs, 18 Virginia-class stealth subs, nuclear-powered, unlimited range, equipped with Tomahawk missiles and Make-48 torpedoes. Surface dominance, 11 Nimitz and Ford-class carriers, 92 Aegis-equipped destroyers, global strike capability within 24 hours. The problem, all designed for open ocean warfare. But 90% of this fleet cannot operate under Arctic ice. Russian subs, they're built for it, and that's where the real battle is happening. Russia has 14 ice-capable submarines patrolling the Arctic right now. The US, only 2. Why does the Arctic matter so much? Segment 2 reveals the answer. The Arctic Ocean is melting, and underneath the ice, $35 trillion in oil and gas. Russia wants it all. Climate change just opened a new battlefield. For the first time in history, Arctic shipping lanes are navigable 6 months per year. Russia is racing to control them, and their submarines are the key. Why Russia is obsessed with the Arctic strategic value. Energy resources, 30% of world's undiscovered natural gas, 13% of undiscovered oil, worth $35 trillion. Military advantage, shortest missile path to US mainland, 3,000 miles closer than Pacific routes. Nuclear submarines can hide under ice for months. Shipping routes, Northern Sea Route cuts 40% off Asia-Europe distance. Russia claims territorial control, charges fees to ALL ships passing through. Russian buildup. 6 new Arctic military bases since 2014, 14 nuclear submarines ice-capable, S-400 missile batteries covering shipping lanes, year-round military presence. The US has 1 Arctic base, Alaska. Russia has militarized the entire Arctic coast. Russia controls the territory. Russia has the submarines. So how is the US Navy planning to fight back? The strategy is genius. The Pentagon just approved a $12 billion plan, codename Ice Fortress. Here's what they're not telling you. The US can't match Russia's submarine for submarine in the Arctic, so they're not even trying. Instead, a strategy so aggressive, Russia's calling it an act of war. The US Navy's Arctic counter-strategy, Phase 1, Sensor Grid. Deploy underwater listening arrays across Arctic seabed. SOSUS network upgraded with AI detection. Can track Russian subs in real time. 1,500-mile coverage radius per array. Costs $800 million per installation. Phase 2, Rapid Response Sea Subs. Station Virginia-class attack subs at Norway, NATO ally, 800 miles from Russian Arctic. Iceland, perfect mid-Atlantic position. Alaska, US-controlled, ice-capable ports. Response time to Arctic, 12 hours versus 72 hours previously. Phase 3, Allied Encirclement. Partner with Norway, ice-capable navy. Canada, Arctic territorial claims. Denmark, Greenland control. UK, nuclear submarine expertise. Create a ring around Russian Arctic access. The genius. Russia has more subs, but the US controls the choke points they need to reach open ocean. Strategy is one thing, but can US submarines actually win a fight? The technology gap is insane. A Russian submarine captain just said this: hunting a Virginia class is like hunting a ghost. Here's why. Modern submarine warfare isn't about who shoots first. It's about who detects first. And in that game, the US is 20 years ahead. Why US Navy submarines dominate? Stealth technology. Virginia-class noise level, 95 decibels. Quieter than ocean background noise. Russian subs, 110 to 120 decibels, detectable 50+ miles away. Special anechoic coating absorbs sonar waves. Pump jet propulsion, no cavitation noise. Weapon superiority, Mk-48 ADCAP. Torpedo, range, 38 miles. Speed, 55 knots, can re-attack if it misses. Wire-guided, 650-pound warhead, splits ships in half. Tomahawk cruise missiles. Range, 1,000+ miles. Can strike Russian Arctic bases from underwater. GPS plus terrain matching guidance. Sensor advantage. Acoustic arrays detect subs 100+ miles away. AI-powered threat identification can track 40+ contacts simultaneously, integrated with satellites and P-8 aircraft. Crew training. US submariners train 18 months before first deployment. Russian submariners? 6 months. Experience equals survival. US subs have the edge in individual combat, but Russia has a secret weapon. Technology the US cannot stop. Russia's Poseidon torpedo, nuclear-powered, unlimited range, carries a 2-megaton warhead, can destroy an entire coastline. The US Navy has 30 seconds to intercept a hypersonic missile. Current systems, 95% failure rate. But the Pentagon just deployed something new. How the US Navy plans to survive Russian superweapons. Aegis Baseline 10 system, upgraded radar tracking, detects hypersonic missiles 1,000+ miles away. SPY-6 radar, 30x more sensitive than previous. Can track objects moving Mach 20+ integrated, with space-based sensors. SM-6 interceptor missiles, speed, Mach 3.5, range, 250 miles, can engage hypersonic threats, limited, 40% intercept rate, improving. Directed energy weapons, Navy testing laser systems, 150 kilowatt solid-state lasers on destroyers, instant speed of light defense, unlimited ammunition, just needs power, can shoot down drones, missiles, aircraft. Operational by 2027. Decoy systems, Nulka hovering decoy rockets, mimic ship radar signature, lure missiles away from real target, deployed from ships automatically, 80%+ success rate. The reality, US defense tech is improving, but it's a race. Russian missiles keep getting faster. US defenses keep getting smarter. Technology is advancing, strategy is evolving. But who actually controls the most powerful military force? The answer might surprise you. The US military has 1.3 million active troops, but only one person can order them to fire, and that creates a massive problem. In a submarine war, decisions happen in seconds, but the chain of command takes minutes. By the time permission arrives, the submarine could already be sunk. How US Navy Submarine Command actually works. Peacetime Authority, President, Secretary of Defense, Navy Chief, Fleet Admiral, Submarine Captain. Average decision time, 15 to 45 minutes. Combat Authority. When submarine is under attack, Captain has full authority to defend ship. Can fire torpedoes without presidential approval? Nuclear weapons still require presidential code. Use it or lose it doctrine. Fire first or die. The submarine paradox. Subs operate independently for 6-month deployments. No real-time communication. Gives away position, captain makes life or death decisions alone. Sometimes out of contact for weeks. Nuclear launch protocol. 2 officers must agree. Captain and executive officer. Both turn keys simultaneously. Authenticated presidential order required. 10-minute launch sequence. The tension. Submarine captains have more individual power than any other military officer, but less oversight. One mistake equals World War III. One hesitation equals ship destroyed. So we've covered the tech, the strategy, the command structure, but can the US Navy actually win? Final answer coming. Russia, 14 Arctic submarines. US, superior technology. Who wins? The answer is not what you think. This isn't about who has more subs. It's about who controls the choke points. And in that game, geography beats technology every time. Here's the strategic reality in 2026. Russia's advantages: 14 ice-capable subs versus 2 US. Arctic bases surround entire region. Home territory knows waters intimately. Poseidon nuclear torpedoes. First mover advantage. Already deployed. US advantages: superior submarine technology. Quieter. Allied network. Norway, Canada, UK. Sensor grids detect Russian movements. Faster reinforcement capability. Better crew training and experience. The verdict: in a 48-hour Arctic conflict, Russia likely wins. Already positioned, knows terrain. Overwhelming local numbers. In a 2-week-plus conflict, US likely wins. Reinforcements arrive. Allied support mobilizes technology advantage compounds. Economic pressure on Russia. The real answer: neither side wants this fight. Because in submarine warfare, everyone loses. One torpedo, one mistake, and suddenly, nuclear escalation. So here's my question for you. If you were the US submarine captain and Russian subs surrounded you in Arctic waters, would you A. Fire first, risk starting WW3. B. Wait for orders, risk getting sunk. C. Surface and retreat, lose Arctic to Russia. D. Launch decoys and hide, tactical withdrawal. Drop A, B, C, or D in the comments, because this decision, a US Navy captain might face it tomorrow. Want to know Russia's secret submarine strategy that terrifies the Pentagon? I broke it down in the next video, link in description. Hit subscribe if you want strategic military analysis without the propaganda. See you underwater.